Hey YouTube, RicoKnows here. Going to continue my series of pointing out one hidden gem on every single team in America. If you aren't aware, for the 2024 college football season, I've been identifying one hidden gem on every single team. So go to YouTube, search RicoKnows, go to the homepage, find the playlist, RicoKnows Hidden Gems. You can learn about a number of players. By the way, I just did a free win totals video on FIU. So I just talked about FIU, and I predicted them to go to a bowl game, win at least 6 games this year. They look like a hell of a team. And when I was assessing them as a team, and I've talked about everybody at length. So if you want to know about every single player in the 2 deep and how they look and all their starters, please go watch that video. It's on YouTube. It's also on the Patreon. But when I was watching film on this team, I already came to the team with like a preconceived notion. Oh, I'm going to do a Hidden Gems video on Toddrick Bruton. Like, I'm going to talk about Toddrick Bruton because I think he's so good, he shouldn't be at FIU. That's how I feel about the guy. He's a great in high school, 6'3", 230, linebacker, played at Miami Northwestern. I'm going to make the video on Toddrick Bruton. And as I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready to make the video, I see that Cole just transferred in. Cole Gustafson. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And let me explain why I don't know who he is or how this works. I study every roster in America. I know every player on every team. It's my claim to fame. It's what I do. I'm RicoKnows. I grind on rosters. Okay. The way I do it, it isn't that hard because I already know the 2 deep for multiple years. So that's not hard for me to know all the players in the 2 deep for your team. I've been studying your team for the last 20 years or so, right? So for me, whenever I see a transfer come in, if it's a transfer from the FCS or Division II or something, I have to go study their tape. Like Burris here, he just transferred in from Stetson. Well, I have to go study all that tape, learn who he is, and now I know who he is. Desna Washington. I already know Desna. I don't have to go study anything because Desna just transferred in, a former JUCO guy, Iowa Central, and then he went to New Mexico last year. So that's when he got on my radar. If you've never been in a recruiting class, you can slip through the cracks because I study every recruiting class. I go to Rivals, I go to 24/7, On3, and I study National Letter of Intents. I study everybody that came through. I watch all their huddle tape, take notes, have a big old database. I swear to you, this is what I do for a living. This is not a hobby. So I have to know every player in America. I put that onus on me. I have to know everybody in America as far as like position groups and matchups because I provide analysis on gambling. Shout out to the MVPs. So if I'm going to tell you this team's going to beat this team, and I got to get it accurate more times than I'm wrong, if I'm going to do that, I better know the players. I better know what I'm talking about. So I see this guy, Cole Gustafson, and I go, I don't know that kid. That name does not look familiar to me. I check my database, do a control F real quick, try to find it. Nothing. I'm like, what the hell? Who is he? So apparently he's a young man, played at Rockland High School. You see him in the picture right below me. And then he went the JUCO route. Okay? So he goes the JUCO route. I'm going to go watch him at his JUCO here. Played at American River College, Sacramento, California. So I go pull it up and I hit play. And what do you know? First and foremost, the school website said he's 6'5", 310 pounds. So he's an enormous man, playing at Rockland High School, California. Okay, an enormous defensive lineman. I don't even go check his high school tape. I don't need to know about his 10 total pancake blocks. Don't care. I want to go look at his JUCO tape. And I go, okay, I have a new hidden gem. And the reason for this is this young man, he's going to be right here. He looks so athletic. What it is he has active hands, okay? Defensive lineman with active hands. This is JUCO tape. These are not high school players. He is getting rid of other grown men constantly. He's got constant movement with his hands. He keeps his eyes on the backfield. He works through double teams. His motor's there. Now, granted, he's playing at defensive end, the edge or the outside of a three-man front of some sort. He's not playing traditional nose tackle. So having him at a nose tackle spot is a little different. But when I watch him slant and occupy 2 gaps at once, or I watch him just maintain his responsibility and do what the coaches ask of him, it's impressive. I like pressure. I like to see pockets collapse. Pressure from nose tackles. You're not going to get sacks all that often. Pad level's a little high there. But you're going to get, if you can stay low and kind of collapse the pocket and don't let the quarterback get comfortable, you're in a good place. So I'm watching this man. I'm watching him get pressure, reset the line of scrimmage. That offensive lineman, wherever he started, let's see where they start. Let's see where he ends up at the end of the play. The offensive linemen are somewhere back here. They're not resetting the line of scrimmage. So that 71 should not be playing on Saturdays. He's a little bit off the ball. But watch the offensive line. Do they give ground? Well, he just gets tossed. Oh, my goodness. Go back and watch that play. The running back tries to come chip on him on a play action, and boom, you get laid out as well. Anybody runs into me, they're getting laid out. Now, this is the crazy thing, bro. He's out here fair catching kickoffs, okay? Why is he the second guy back on a kickoff? Maybe because he's super athletic. He's standing in a 2-point stance here, reads the play, keeps pursuing it, and going. Anytime I see a nose tackle with that kind of motor, I'm cool with it. Out here working on a double team, still splits the gap, causes the runner to bounce a little bit. I like it. Getting off his slant, finding the right gap. Here he is. He's going to come set up a wedge, bro. The nose tackle hit something. Boom. People are just on their back when they get near this man. Look how big he is. I love the size, the athleticism. I like the mean streak. Usually when you find kids this big in high school, they're usually pretty soft because they've been so much bigger than everybody else. They don't have that mean streak about them. Somebody told them, be nice to the little guys. And here he is. Oh, my goodness. Remember what I said about resetting the line of scrimmage. Pay attention to the white jersey starting ahead of the line. And now that man that was supposed to be blocking him was behind the 30-yard line. He blew him back about 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. And I keep seeing this man. Here he is returning the kick, bro. Come on now. That's a nose tackle out here to return kicks. Now, I don't know if he got very vertical. I don't know how many yards he got. But it's just nice to see that the team trusts him to be out here. My goodness. Get rid of the man. Right? Active hands. Just go, boom, hump them, out. And forgive some of the terms, you guys, defensive lineman terms here and there. They're going to say hump, snatch, just deal with it. Another kickoff return. Dude's making people miss, got nimble feet out here. Doesn't have the dexterity of a rhino. He's a little light on his feet. What a great play. You know you can't get to the quarterback. Get your hands up and bat it down. What an impressive play on this rush. I love to see the drive in his legs. A little high. Boom. Great stuff. Those little dudes don't stand a chance. But it's JUCO football, and he is manhandling defensive linemen or offensive linemen. I love the active motor. I think he's a great addition to this team. He has a loaded secondary behind him. Let me talk about this at FIU. The secondary is so good, there might be coverage sacks. Okay, and that's where this comes into play. A high motor. Here he is catching a touchdown, by the way. But a high motor, and when you have a secondary that can go out there and cause that quarterback to hold it just a little bit longer. And you have great linebackers. Great linebackers. The leaders of the FIU defense are the linebackers. Please understand, first team all-conference, teams leading tacklers are going to be Peterson and Anderson Taylor. If you can keep these guys clean, I just spit on my mic in the middle of a video, bro. That really happened. If you can keep Toddard Bruton, Anderson Taylor, and Peterson clean, you're going to be doing your job. So I love everything about Cole. Shout out to him. I apologize for the spit. That's crazy. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. My hidden gem for FIU, Cole Gustafson. Keep looking out for him on tape. He's 93. Peace.